The first semester, and of course the kids are home. Keep them busy at home, Find them steady class teacher. Just keep them busy until schools are can resume. Let them read on. That's the best way to go. Wonderful people of Liberia. Good morning to all of you. It's always good to be here. My name is Clarence Jackson. I'm here until 10 o'clock this morning. Yeah, a lot of things going on in the U.S. President Donald Trump is pulling the trigger. And I've heard congressional men and women organizing different press conferences and group discussions. I listened to one of them say President Trump is trying to take away from the other branch of government what belongs to it. We'll talk a little bit about it this morning, trying to enlighten all of us, bringing some things to our mind. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, the M23 rebels have announced a unilateral ceasefire there. They say for humanitarian reasons. Well, let's take a break here. Join our sponsors. When we come back here, we'll talk about some of the issues that matters most to Liberia. Good morning to all of you. If you're just entering our capital city, wish you well. We are a hospitable people. Please do not attempt to take our immunity for something else. We'll become resilient at some point. Remember, the beauty of life is not whether you're happy, but how others can be happy because of you. And that's the reason why it is good to reach out to somebody. Congratulations to the great people of Lofa County. They say in Lofa, the Kisi people are the biggest uncles, right? Congratulations to all of you. You fought a good fight. Grand Jida County, you did extremely well. The momentum for the county meeting this country now. The stakeholders will need to go back around the table. But I will talk about it. We'll be right back.
Is your car sick? Is your car having engine problem, wheel alignment, or air conditioning problems? Then, here's your solution. Here's the medication for your car. Automed's Garage on Gerda Street, opposite the Old General Ministry, is the right clinic for all your cars. With our local and international professional mechanic, we get your car back in good shape. Automed's Garage. We have a multi-spray booth that leaves your car sparkling. Or Car Care Center, CCC, that takes care of your car interior and exterior. We get your car the modern rims and doors handle. Let's just say we pimp your ride. Make your car look modern at Automed's Garage on Gerda Street. We have a professional tire center that change your tire in no time. With our state-of-the-art diagnosing machine, we know exactly what's wrong with your car. No guessing. Our tow service is one of its kind. Tow your car for a reasonable amount if we won't fix your car. And for free if Automeds will service your car. Our prices are unbeatable and our customer service is outstanding. So whatever your cars need, call Automeds Garage on Gerda Street, opposite the Old General Ministry on 0555-535-307 or 0777-884-077. Automeds Garage. We care for your cars. I become a better from my happiness.
Everything make it face.
Toyota brilhante, Cruiser Prado. I can run in the mud and sand. Toyota brilhante, Cruiser Prado. For on-road and off-road, Toyota bring Land Cruiser Prado. I can run in the mud and sand, Toyota bring Land Cruiser Prado. That's all you can connect it one for yourself or your company car in the Prado. It get too much, I get electrical power, steering control. The car they got Prado, it can't lose. Toyota bring new generation of cars and Land Cruiser Prado, that one of the stars. See got motor selling Toyota cars, so if you want Prado, you just need to ask, yeah. For on-road and off-road, Toyota bring Land Cruiser Prado. I can run in the mud and sand, Toyota bring Land Cruiser Prado. Toyota has brought a brand new Land Cruiser that is called Prado. And the Prado has a very beautiful design and it has a high power engine that can run in mud and heavy sand. And Siga Moto is the sole distributor of the latest Land Cruiser Prado. Siga Moto get the best garage in Iberia that can service, repair, and sell brand new parts. The thing that you can call spare part. Siga Moto una partner can come directly from the Toyota company in Japan. And Siga Moto is located on Brujon Island in Seyon Town community, right around Looking Town West too.
Service, internet service, fast, reliable service for your home and your office. Unlimited service with the best coverage. You better choose Connect. 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 Choose Connect. 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 Choose Connect. 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 Choose Connect.
Liberia, the sun is shining, and so are your opportunities to enjoy 24 hours current with Funny Brothers Corporation Solar Solution. Why let the power of the sun go to waste when you can make use of it to generate current for your home, business, or community? With our state-of-the-art solar panels, you will enjoy 24 hours uninterrupted power, reliable energy, a greener, cleaner Liberia. Funny Brothers Corporation Solar Solution offers top quality, durable, and affordable solar panels designed for Liberia's sunny climate. So why wait? Call us today on 0772 262584 or visit our showroom, Claretown or Umako building adjacent the RB Bank. Funny Brothers Corporation Solar Solution. Let's power your future with the sun together.
Attention, attention, attention to all lovers of the good things in life. A house is not a home, and a home is the one place where you should feel relaxed and accomplished. Your home should reflect who you are. So, it's time to make that upgrade with minimal damage to your pockets. And I have the perfect solution for you. Home Sweet Home, located on Benson Street, between Center and Buchanan Streets, got you covered. From the kitchen, we have air fryers, juice makers, pressure cookers, freezers of all sizes, and all the modern kitchenwares you can think about. From the bedroom, we have top-of-the-line, exquisite beddings to give you that great night's sleep because you have earned it, and soft, comfortable towels for your bathroom. And in the living room, we have high-definition TV sets of all sizes, unique aerial rugs, classy curtains in all the colors you desire, wall paintings of different sizes and colors, furniture, and everything you can think about for the home. All that at unbelievable prices. We even have low voltage, high quality washing machines and dryers to keep your clothes fresh and new at all times. As a bonus, we have fashion accessories for both the young and the old, designer quality bags, hats, and rare jewelries. So if you love yourself, your family, and your home, it's time to treat it right. Visit Home Sweet Home on Benson Street between Center and Buchanan Streets for that needed upgrade. Or you can call them on 0886 834 944 or 0770 581 420. Home Sweet Home, for the love of a classy home.
Join us for an unforgettable evening of romance and elegance Saturday, February 15, 2025, starting at 5 p.m. till the break of dawn at Silver Beach in Duazon. Come and experience a sumptuous three-course meal cooked by executive chef James Mabukawa from the UK. For romantic entertainment, relax to live music from our band and special performances from DJ M2 from the UK. T-Light, the board that made the Basel people dance, and your MC. Feature Dole. Ticket prices: Patron 100 USD, couples 50 USD, single 30 USD. Guest house and lodging are also available. For reservation, call us at +231 777 443 322 or +004 4798 4330 410. February 15, 2025, Saturday at Silver Beach in Duazon.
Oh yes, welcome back to the OK Morning Rush on 99.5. And so the biggest sporting event in Liberia, the National County Meets, has come to an end. Lofa County, got a 2-1 win over Grand Jide County, winning the trophy. Zopenon's Grand Jide did all it could from the preliminary stages of the tournament up to the Samuel Kayando Sports Complex. Thanks to all of you Liberians who turned out. As a matter of fact, at some point, everybody had to take a side. People took sides based on region. People took sides based on traditional connection. People took different sides. The Samuel Kayando Sports Complex was jam-packed to capacity. The only thing is the Ministry of Youth and Sports will have to work with other stakeholders in the sporting sector to ensure we don't have a repeat of anything that, what happened was not really, it wasn't a stamping. It didn't get to that stage. But we need to restrict that field to the extent that we know how the capacity. So right after the capacity is filled, we don't need to allow any other person to enter. I can understand, but let's make sure we keep our people safe. So for the sake of the people in Lofa, the Mandingo people, the Loma people, the Kwele people, the Bandi people, the Mendi people, and their uncles, the Gisi people, we like to say congratulations. This is how I'm telling you congratulations. This is what I can do for you this morning. Oh, yes, we'll bring down the music. This is my own way. This is our own way of saying congratulations to the great people of Lofa County. You fought a good fight. And to all of the other counties that participated in the tournament, we'd like to say congratulations. This is the kind of Liberia we want to see for all of us. A Liberia where one day all of us can put aside whatever differences we have and move ahead with celebrating each other, you know. Having said that, having played the song, I will repeat some of the things I said last week. You know, they said the first county mix, the county meet was launched in 1956. But let's forget about before the war and all these kinds of things. Let's talk about following the sensation of hostilities in the country as far as 2003 and subsequently right after the 2005 elections. What have we been able to change as a country in the context of the administration of the whole county meeting? What have we been able to change? What's new? Or every year we're just repeating the same thing. The counties will look for their own money. Asla Metal, is in three, working in three other counties. Most of the time, the company will give some support. The company will also give some support to the county meet in general. And then the county meet will have other sponsors. And then the government puts more money. The Ministry of Youth and Sports, it depends on what they get. Sometimes they get these county 10,000, sometimes 12,000, sometimes 15,000. Are we thinking about sitting, and this thing is going straight to you, Minister Gerald Cole Bangalo, Councillor Cole Bangalo, and your team at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, that the county me has taken the kind of pace it has taken. Are we contemplating on sitting around the table to say, look, we can't keep doing this thing like we did it 10 years ago. Times are changing. You see how people can come on our field when the county tournament comes to town. Now, take for example, Lofa has won the trophy. Lofa ain't gonna get anything. Yeah, we heard that some of the sponsors, one of the sponsors, or the general tournament people, they will give some $2 million Liberian dollars. If you do the calculation using 195, but let's just agree that maybe let's say the rate is 200 for the sake of the argument. And you give $2 million, you get 10,000 US dollars. It's not going to add anything. For Lofa County to even take that cup from here to Vonjama, they're going to spend over $50,000. Trust me. They will need transportation. They need a lot of cars for the people. They need all kinds of things. In fact, when the county captures when the county wins the trophy, you're almost looking at your expenses just started. As we speak, probably the guys may not be to Songana Camp or somewhere, but I know the people still spending some money because you stay there, right? So, like I've always said, by the time you bab your eye, some of the counties have gone into debts. Some of them may spend over 75,000, some of them $100,000 because the thing is so competitive to the extent that each of the counties want to win it. So they put up bids. And the players are looking for the higher bids. When they go to the other country, the guys can talk. When they go to the other country, they call their men and they say, my man, how many people offering order per game? They say $100. They say, man, where we are, our own are $150. Then the other men jump the count and say, When the other countries say, oh, the men offer 125. So the guys can be going all over the place, and some of the countries want the best players. Some of them will pay these people $25 per game. Listen, the same money you pay for football may necessarily not be the keeper. Maybe the keeper, you say $100 per game, or $75. Maybe the basketball. So the three categories this year: football, keeper, basketball. Do you know how much these countries are paying for each of the category? Then when they win the cup, they get something that maybe, 5 million, 10 million Liberian dollar. When you do conversion, it's not anything. Look, and the national legislature, through the both houses committees on youth and sports, must take seize of this matter. They must go and have a conversation, sit with the Ministry of Youth and Sports and say, look, how can we do this thing? How can we improve on the existing framework that we have for the national county meet? Like I said the other day, all of us in the country, we can't come to the Capitol building, nor do we go to the mansion to tell President Boakai, say, all of us now come, we're standing online, you're bringing a budget, you're divided. Send LRA now raise the revenue, let all of us here. We will not do that. We can stand in line. But to some extent, the budget can benefit everybody, and everybody can feel a part of the budget. When you provide basic social services for people, it's okay. The county meet is one way through which people can feel the budget. So the legislature need to meet with the Ministry of Youth and Sports. And I would suggest that this year, the 2025 National County meet, let's do it better. Listen, if we were to look at our whole budget and say, look, excluding whatever budgetary allocation for the Ministry of Youth and Sports that will go to salary for people and all the kind of things, we put in $1 million in the budget. Or maybe we can just say, let's start from 500,000, $500,000. That the $500,000, we're taking 100,000 or 200,000. We're taking 200,000 to get rid of kickball. I mean, let me just say we take 100,000 to get rid of kickball and basketball people then, right? I'm saying this thing because right now that the football get is zero. That the football category is zero, that where the zero is. All the other categories are important. For example, Grand Bassa won the kickball trophy. As a matter of fact, congratulations to the Bassa people. Congratulations to Gabriel Montgomery and your team. All of what you did for your county. James Diba and all these people, y'all, thank you. Yeah? So, we have a conversation. Already we got the Liberia Agency for Community Empowerment that doing these projects, legislative projects all over the place. We have, maybe, I don't know what I want law make. I don't know what we need to make this thing a law. Somebody propose a small bill and then we make it a law. So it becomes binding on whatever government comes to power. So we put money there. And that money is exclusively for the window of the national county meet in the football category. And when a particular county carries the county meet trophy, the government gave you 3 months to put a very tangible project together. You're not going to give us any project that above what we have in the budget. So the government not giving the county the money. The county is only recommending a project after the county council have met at the local level in keeping with the local government and all these people have met. Then the county come up with a big project. For example, last year, the River G County carried the trophy. I have never been to River G before, but I don't know whether we got any good stadium in River G. So if we don't have a very attractive stadium in River G, as a result of River G carrying that trophy last year, government go there and builds a stadium. The people of River G will go on that stadium and they will say, yes, it is because we captured the trophy this year. That's why the stadium. So let's think about it. All of us should be thinking about it. But my point is, we can't stay there between the one thing over and over and over and over and over and over. It doesn't make sense. Let's think about it. Let's move on. I know I had a copy of this thing before, but I don't know how it slipped out of my hands. The Liberia National Police Act. I am in search of the Police Act, and maybe I need to reach out to Inspector General Coleman or others at the LMP headquarters. I want the Police Act. I want to see something. There is something that is gradually happening. That's why I want the Police Act. I don't know what does the act say. about the training of paramilitary institutions in the country, like the Fire Service, the Bureau of Immigration and Naturalization, the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. I want to see what the Police Act say about training paramilitary institutions and where they're supposed to be trained. Because initially, I have been thinking that the Liberia National Police Training Academy is that place that's supposed to train, that all paramilitary institutions supposed to go for training. But it seems it's not happening. Probably maybe because the act doesn't say it should happen, or it is in the act, but we have just taken onto ourselves again to do something else. I'm concerned because the other time the Bureau of Immigration trained people. I mean, they didn't call them Bureau again, they call them the Liberia Immigration Service. You know the hell they're training, right? They did not go to the police training academy. I think they were trained in Lofa or somewhere else. I am now hearing again that the Fire Service is supposed to have some training. They're supposed to do recruitment to train. Where would they do the training? What's the essence of the Liberia National Police Training Academy? Is it a place that all paramilitary institutions supposed to go to train their people? If it is so, why are people training outside of the police training academy? This is concerning to me. It is concerning to me. That's why I want the Police Act. I will try to get the Police Act. So if there's any provision that calls for that, I can read it here on the radio so we all can know what the issues are. A group of magistrates have sued Chief Justice Siane York. I think they sue her as an individual. I think I have the rate here. A group of magistrates have taken the Chief Justice to court. And this is it. Office of the Clerk, Supreme Court of Liberia, Temple of Justice, Monrovia, Liberia, January 30th, 2025. Councillor Elisha T. Fokeyo Sr., Albert Law Firm, Monrovia, Liberia. Dear Councillor Fokeyo, in re His Honor John Lafayette Grimes, Augustine Tukpa, James Dudu, Stapenary Magistrates, Bujo Island Magisterial Court, and West Point Magisterial Court, respectively. His Honor Raphael E. Donokolo, Her Honor Emma D. Koluba, Her Honor Annie K. Colley, Her Honor Ya Doma Koto, and Her Honor Benedetto Ya Gidio, all associate magistrates assigned in various magisterial districts in Monserrado County, Republic of Liberia, vices Her Honor Siane G. York, Chief Justice, Supreme Court of Liberia, Councillor Elizabeth J. Nelson. Is this Omar Elizabeth Bonino Nelson? Court Administrator, Councillor Andrew Nimle, Human Resource Director Anthony John Sakor, Controller, all of the Judicial Branch of Government, Republic of Liberia respondents. By directive of His Honor Yamin Kwekwek Betse, Senior Associate Justice presiding in chambers, you are hereby cited to a conference with His Honor on Wednesday, February 5, 2025, at the hour of 10 a.m. in connection with the above captioned case. Very truly yours, Councillor Sam Mamon, Clerk, Supreme Court. She is not alone. So the magistrates sue the Chief Justice, they sue the court administrator, they sue the comptroller. I think there is some kind of issue about the Chief Justice saying the magistrates have been dismissed by the president and all kinds of things. So they gone. The point is they have gone to court. I have not been able to get the petition to see what's really in it, but they are to court, and the justice in chamber is inviting them for a conference tomorrow. Maybe I need to call our legal analyst, Councillor Luther Yoffi, to see what is going to be. Not being a lawyer, I'm not a lawyer, but I am thinking that Justice Bessie will have no other alternative but to take the matter before the full bench. Why? Because the Chief Justice is involved and both of them have concurrent jurisdiction. So he will now want to, he will now want to hear a matter involving her because probably he does not have that jurisdiction, that authority. Since she's the Chief Justice, probably he will take it before the full bench. And when it is still at a conference level, I'm not sure the Chief Justice will recuse herself because it is just a conference. But when it goes before the full bench of the Supreme Court, the Chief Justice will have to recuse herself. At this stage, they will have to find a judge of a court of competent jurisdiction to replace the Chief Justice to act because she's a party to this case. This is something interesting, something that has never happened in our most recent political dispensation or our democratic dispensation or in our most recent governance process, if you like. So I will follow it. I got interest. My interest is I want to see how it will be. I want to see how it will be. The Chief Justice, in the event it goes before the full bench, the Chief Justice recusing herself, and I want to see that legal formality, how it will be. So that's it. One of the magistrates involved in this thing, I will not call his name, he wrote a suicidal note recently. He decided to take his own life away. I heard some of his colleagues had to rush to his home, and there were a lot of things that went on. They had to counsel him not to take his own life away. The guy wrote his suicidal note. He was stressed by all these things that are happening. So that is it about that. Now, we are hearing that a 14-year-old boy who usually helped his older brother to sell coconut was stabbed and killed somewhere in the Banjo or Hotel Africa area. And I insist that every time I hear these things, it just breaks me down personally. I don't know what these people are doing these things. And the story I'm reading over, it is about, I think he bought the suspect or the alleged murderer bought coconut from the child, and he said the child was wasting time to get his change. Can you imagine? And then you pull the knife and stabbed that Liberian child so many times. What's going on? I'm about to talk to Franklin Doloku, who is in Nimba. A lady killed her sister in Sanikole. A lady killed her sister in Sanikole. Why all these? How did we get here? How have we arrived at this stage in a country where killing has just become a normal thing? Somebody just take, like I was saying the other day, when we were coming up, we will fight and you able to man, you just gotta run away, and your man will voke you, and that's it. You dare not even take stone to stone the man. But nowadays, people will just pull knife and stab people, and it's just getting normal. I think that there should be institutions responsible for doing some very good research on these kind of things. I think it's just beyond drug. Yeah, most of these things are attributed to these people taking these different substances. But what's about the other ones that happen? Some of the older people that do these things, like the lady Saniko who killed her sister. I don't know. I'm hearing after accusing her of being a witch, she didn't. I don't know what she told drugs to. What people so brave? A 14-year-old child who may have left a parent's home, come with his older brother to sell, just to find food for the family to eat. And somebody will pull out a knife and stab him only because the person, he didn't give your change on time. Does that warrant the death of somebody? What's going on? What's going on in the country? It seems they fight against drug, even though drug trafficking is non-billable to a certain extent and all the kind of thing. The legislature has been able to play its role now. That one we can tell them thank you for it. The legislature has been able to play its role, but it's like this thing is still having a toll on us. We are hearing again that a Kenyan woman was arrested at the Ramos International Airport with 388 kilogram of how do you call it thing? Heroin or heroin or whatever. So I thought when people go to the airport, the reason why the flight takes time, like maybe if you had to leave full, they say your booking is at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I thought they can take the time to check a lot of things at the airport to make sure they check all of these things before the flight pick up. How we can manage the people with the drugs still coming? And what I saw on the screen, the DEA, the new DEA Director General saw, what he displayed, if you're not trained, you know it, you wouldn't take it to be drug. That's a lot of money. $388,000 worth of drug was arrested from that woman from Kenya. I don't know whether she came from straight Kenya way or whatever. The investigation will tell us. But our people are still just brave to bring drug in the country. That one will come and hit the market again is an addition to what's already here. The drug business just taking over the country. You know, sometimes I get shy when people talk about it was because of the war. We have had a sensational hostilities in the country for more than 2003 up to 2023, or 20 years. We're in 2025, maybe 22 solid years now. Other countries are moving on. Rwanda and for war, they're moving on. You know, I don't know that mentality but our laws are not weak on that one. Murder, that one I can say for free. Our laws are very strong. When it goes to court and it is proven, the person goes to jail. Why are people not learning lesson from this one? Okay, let's move on. At the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications, last week, I told you about some vehicles the administration bought that they took to GSA, and GSA said they were not going to mark those vehicles. The GSA said they were not going to mark those vehicles because the vehicles did not meet the standards as far as the government of Liberia standards are concerned. Now, the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunication are calling to, and you know, I'll take some time to really reach out to the Minister Krumah. I don't know him like that, but I need to sit with him to listen to him, like I would do to anybody. What I'm hearing now is that the Ministry of Postal Affairs have got vehicles for the deputy and assistant ministers. That's a good thing. These vehicles are currently at the General Services Agency undergoing the regular stuff. But the workers at Postal Affairs are threatening that the deputy ministers and assistant ministers will not sit down in their cars. They bring the car to work, they will seize it. Why? Because the employees believe they should have had the bosses first. They should have the bosses bringing them to work. The fact that they have not had the bosses bringing them to work, and the administration there goes to work and have bought cars for these assistant and deputy ministers, these people are threatening that when they go to work with it, they will not care about whom. So I am told that some of the assistant ministers are even saying when GSA finish with that car, say, I don't think I got to get it out until we solve the problem here, because the people threatening that, you know, when we try it, they will get even all the kind of things are happening. Let's hope that the people there can do the right thing so that we will not have, protests going on all over the place. 8 o'clock this morning, we will play host to the African Methodist Episcopal University. They will be here to talk about the Center for Professional Development. And then 9 o'clock, Presidential Press Secretary Kula Fofana will be here as our guest. And that's the shape of the show. So let's leave Monrovia now and go to Sanikole in Nimba County to see what I can talk to our man Franklin Delacroix, who is reporting that a lady has killed her sister in Sing Beng in Sanikole, in the political capital of Nimba. I promised you last week that I would have taken the show to Western Liberia this week. I have reconsidered. I will do that next week because I want to put in place a lot of things. But you can rest assured, next week I will take the show to Western Liberia, particularly Bapolu County. I want to take the show to Bapolu County. Let me put Bapolu on the spotlight too. Bapolu is a big mining county. Let the people tell us what they think about some of the companies over there and some of the issues. We'll take the show to Bapolu early next week. Franklin is on this line. Franklin, Bavoy.
Clarence for money. Why you trying to take the show to Bapolu? I've tried to count him over for a birthday celebration. And the February 8th around.
Okay. Oh, Franklin Doloqui's birthday, February 8th. So, Franklin, you are coming to town for the celebration. What a wow.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to do this year.
Well, that would be good, Franklin. Welcome. Come. We are here. We are on base. So we can make things to happen. We'll pull the trigger. Tell us about the death of this woman who allegedly killed her sister in Sanicole, Franklin.
So, this lady suffered from epilepsy.
Okay.
And according to report, it was in the forms of witchcraft activities. So she accused her sister that it was her sister that victim master. So her sister came from around Zogowe.
She accused her sister of being the person who made her to be suffering from epilepsy.
Yes, in a witchcraft form.
Mm-hmm.
So when she accused her sister that her sister have come to visit her in Sanicole.
Mm-hmm.
Her sister came from Zogowe and she have come to visit her in Sanicole. She and her husband. So that she gave a room to her bigger sister while she and her husband were in bed. How she left from the place at 9. She prepared the collar and she kept the collar. Even though she prepared the collar and kept the collar, she left her room and she went. She chopped her sister Sarah stand there by the end of early death yesterday morning.
So the person who did the killing is the younger sister.
Yes, the younger sister is the older sister is the younger sister is accusing her older sister that it was she the one who make her to suffer from epilepsy.
That's what I'm saying. I said so. The woman who did the killing is the younger sister.
Yeah, the younger sister accusing the older one that she's the one or gave her the epilepsy sickness in a witchcraft form. So and the older sister I kind of visit the young sister.
I follow that very well. I just want to get that clear. So, but how many were they in the room, and how come nobody heard any sound?
So the woman and her husband, she and her husband, they were in bed when her younger sister entered and get on this side.
Wait, Franklin, let's get something straight. Now, so the older sister came from Zogowe to visit the younger sister in Sanicole.
Yes,
the older sister and her husband came from Zogowe to visit the younger sister in Sanicole.
Yes.
So the older sister and her husband were in bed sleeping when the younger sister took the call lights. How did she get in the room?
Well, everyone they were when students can't imagine, they were lecturing and later on they forgot to close the door. Okay. So they left the door open during the night hour. It was too late, approaching 11. She too left the room and she have carried them and she went for a caller to carry on this illegal operation. And
the man was sleeping to the extent that he was so much sleeping until somebody killed him right beside him. He didn't know.
Yeah, that's a terrible situation that we really looking at.
Now, how did they get to know it was this woman who did the killing now?
When after she killed her older sister, she came out to voice it out to people that, oh yes, this woman, she the one was a call for me to suffer from this sickness. So it was so good today that I've killed her. Before committed to her, did to know.
Where is the body now?
Well, the body has been, they will lay the body to rest today. They laid the body to rest last night, late hour, and while the suspect, she is currently in Sanicole Central Prison awaiting court trial.
Is she somebody that everybody know that is a patient, is somebody suffering from epilepsy?
Yes, according to report that we gathered from the community, even those that are living in a house that is not okay, they were forced to leave the house. So now that they are going to their relatives' place to find rescue.
Wow. What are you hearing from? Are they biological sisters?
Yes, that's the information that we have gathered.
What are you also hearing? How are their family people in Zogowe responding to it? Zogowe is where the people don't eat honey. Zogowe is supposed to be the home of the Hurongpas. Am I correct?
Yes, approaching Cample between Seninkule and Cample Highway.
Yes, Zogowe is the home of the Hurongpas. Well, wow. A woman killing her older sister. Franklin, thank you so much for giving us information from Nima County. You heard it there from Franklin Dolokui, our Nima County correspondent. Yeah, Zogowe, Zotapa, all these places. Those people can't eat honey over there. Zogowe is where the Hurongpas are from. The late Thomas Hurongpa, Prince Hurongpa, and all these people there live from that town. Well, it's sad. So you see, come on, man. She took a cutlass. That premeditation there, premeditation. Premeditation. She planned it. She planned to do it. She planned it. I mean, because the way it happened, she planned to do it. And the guy took and sleep. And that kind of killing, I don't know, they can just hit the person one time. Anyway, let's take our calls on 0777 70099 and 5. 0555 0269 and 5, 0555 99 and 5, 99 and 5. You can call us. Let's have a little bit of conversation as we get to the time to get our guests in right here on the OK Morning Rush. Good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Clarence Johnson. How you doing this morning, sir?
I'm good.
I think my name is Emmanuel Williams, and I join you from some bills around the U.S. step.
Yeah, Emmanuel, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the discussion this morning. Really, my interest has been drawn to the country, the country sport meet.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm somebody that follow the country meet, and I also did a post about the same issue that you're discussing. Mm-hmm. Because what is the need of people spending over $50,000 to $70,000 to prepare a team or to come to a tournament, and where they will receive just $10,000, where you're not even able to pay even the staff that are taking care of the team. So it doesn't make sense to me because the money is very small. And the money can even cover all the expenses they people make. Because, like, for example, if you're paying each player $100 per game, they will even $10,000 cannot do anything. So that I think what you are saying is a big sense. I think our leaders need to look at it in our direction to also work on that because at least there's a big amount of money. And when the people win the country sport meet, they take home back home there. At least they'll be able to do something that will be or rememberable back and say, okay, we won the country.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Clarence, and good morning to our peace-loving people in Liberia. I'm Councilor Latham Councilor.
Councilor, let's hear you.
Yeah, my interest is in the county league, the county sport league. Mm-hmm. I think the history gave us the local since 1954. We started this process. Maybe the intent is for reconciliation, but I think the interest grew in the sport now. We need to graduate it to a national league. The county league need to be graduated to a national league. And like you said, let there be more investment in it. If the budget will get $1 million per county for sport development in the county, will be good. Like for example, each of the county will start hiring maybe a coach, and let's see how we can put more energy in the county sport league at the county level. And the next thing I think we need to do is to rotate the county league. For example, Lofa won the county league. Maybe 2025, let's host the league in Lofa. If we host it in Lofa, there will be too much money pumped in our local economy. That might change people's lives there. Hotels will get money, people selling food. Different activities will take place in Lofa. The county league should not just be hosted in Monserrado. We need to decentralize it so that there should be more concentration. Let's graduate this league to a national league. And I think with that, there will be too many social benefits, economic benefits, and other benefits that will come to this league. The league is very attractive and interesting.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Let's hear more of you Liberians talking. Hello.
Morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Let me say good morning to our people. My name is Amos Stewart.
Okay, the managing director of the LPRC. Let's hear you.
Yes, so I call to agree with my friend and Brother Kanswa, and in a way also agree with you that the county meet needs it needs a national reform to give it a national face and to also make a developmental so that it benefits the counties. I do agree that the money counties are paying to bring the players in town, sponsor them, and possibly if they win, carry them back, it's more than 100,000. Let's face it. Then you're giving them peanut at the end of the tournament. I think in a way we have to think through how we can allocate money in the national budget for the winner of the country sports meet. For a particular government can establish the ceiling, and government can design the thematic areas, but give it to them. For the country that wins must have the opportunity to spend not less than 500,000 on a particular project that benefit them. So I agree. I think it needs a reform, and I know that my dear brother and a big brother and friend, Ko Bangalu, is someone who is very progressive. The team at the Ministry of Youth and Sport are progressive, sport lovers, sport administrators, it's time, and of course politicians. Let's sit around and see how we can reform the countries meet to make it a national league and then to make it more developmental so that it ultimately.
Thank you, Mr. Amos.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, yeah? Hello? Are you gone? Good morning. This line will always develop problem. I don't know. Hello?
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
My name is Steven Sosa, and I call you from Broville.
The last name?
Sosa, Steven Sosa. I call you from Broville.
Sosa, let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to say something about the field.
The field,
See, some of the reasons why the field can get overcrowded because I was on the field. So when we go and purchase our tickets and get in the stadium, there are other guys who will come inside and purchase the tickets from those that have already purchased the tickets that I was in. So they will come and purchase the ticket from you, and they will carry it outside and sell the ticket. So that means that two persons will be operating on one ticket. So just imagine if the man comes in.
But I thought they're supposed to have a bus stop, purchase the ticket. By the time you're ready to enter to the last entry point, the people take the ticket back from you. So you enter with your empty hand.
So no. So this time around, the tickets that they're using, they put it around your hand and they tighten it. So they are not able to take. They are not able to take the ticket from you.
Okay. So in essence, in short, the ticket remains on your hand. When you get in, you coming back, then you give it to somebody. So how do you go back into now when the ticket will not be on your hand again?
So that is what they do. Those are the rates.
Okay.
That is what. So the guys will come in the stadium, purchase the ticket, go outside. So those are the bodies that will buy the ticket from now. They will not be able to get outside.
Okay. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
You almost saying my orange to your no star. I don't come and I'm going to beach. My name is Sidiki Musa Muzukuna Dole, and I'm joining you from Broadway this morning.
All right, Sidiki.
Okay. Thank you for my contribution on the National County Sport Meet. Clarence, sports is very unique. This county meet united the entire nation, Clarence. You remember during the time of the campaign, every family, every brother every sister who were going against each other. But for the day the sport meet has been over and Clarence, the nation has just been united. Nobody is going against each other when it comes to politics. So I'm saying this to mean that our government needs to see there is need to empower the Ministry of Youth and Sport so that at least the sport can be recognized. My child, our brother, and I was so playing. So then you carry them to that Europe, they will perform well. But the opportunity is not there for them to live away.
Okay, so we also need develop sport programs. My man, that man playing country me can perform in Euro football. I'm not guessing now. That thing need whole money. Hello, that program by itself. Good morning.
Good morning, Clarence. This is Daniel Nyakuna.
Mr. Nyakuna, let's hear you.
Yes, so on the national county meet, whole lot of opportunity with all the interest from the public, and I must agree with you and all your other callers. There's something the Americans would do for their national football. They call it the Super Bowl, the halftime show.
Okay.
There's opportunity in that for us. We can also replicate that, have commercial sponsorship, and all of the money raised can support the national county meet. We got the cultures from the 15 counties. The two teams in the final can display their cultures and the hit song, Clarence. All of us love music. The hit song, the video guys, some song in town called you can bring me on track. I can release them out. It's by CRC and how to call it up, and Telluride. So these two stars can perform, and the crowd will be thrilled. They will respond to them, and the culture from Lo-Fi, in this case, and Grand GDA can be displayed on the field, and the halftime show can be colorful, and that will be sponsored by Lone Star Cell, by Orange, by Winners, and you name all of them, and they will put money in it, and then we make it so colorful. And the more and more and more our people are getting involved.
Daniel,
with this.
that's why I said the stakeholders need to sit at the table and say, look, what new can we do? We can't just keep doing a country me area. We just play it. If somebody get a call, we play it. We need to talk new things. I agree with you.
Things. Yeah, innovate good ideas and like Twese, our friend at the Ministry of Youth and Sports, so progressive, open to new ideas. Sit around the table, get more and more people innovative who can help him, and we get there.
Okay, Dan. Hello.
Kevin.
Good morning.
Sorry.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, Jefferson Bido, I call from Sergio Moroso.
Mr. Bido, let's hear you.
Yeah, Kevin, I certainly observed during the presentation of the trophy.
Yeah.
And Kantemi is the biggest sporting event in our country, and also it's traditional.
Yeah.
But I was surprised to see those were presenting the medal, to see a lady wearing short trousers, and all of that were in tear trousers, because I can't call it raka. I don't know what they call raka. Raka is tear trousers. At least those are presenting the trophy. They should be able to dress properly to look presentable.
But the lady was, somebody can be neatly dressed in their short trousers. What's wrong with that?
Parents, you go Europe, we win a football. Those are presenting the game. You see them to get dressed. How come they are working with the LFA and that brought in trophy?
So that two arguments you're raising now. That the person wore short trousers, it means the person was not neatly dressed. I didn't see it.
The entire lineup are issuing the medal. They were dressed up properly. And we win a football game. Those are presenting and those trophies, then they can be well dressed.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Probably that all the improvement we're talking about here. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Our guest can come in. Yeah. Good morning.
My name is Ishmael Flomo. I joined from Cinco.
Yeah. Ishmael.
In addition to your suggestion about investing more in the country meet, another suggestion I have is that the players that are playing the tournaments, they should not be punished because the teams get eliminated. So if Maryland, for example, in the quarterfinals, if they get eliminated, the players should have a chance to be hired by other teams, to play in the next at the next level. So that the talents cannot just go because So as a result, most players, some of the players I saw the last time that who have actually played in the finals could not play in the final because the current rule says that once a team gets eliminated, you don't get to play with any other teams except the next season. So
yeah, but it's not. It makes sense. I mean, you can be playing for Nima from preliminary round, quarterfinal round, semi-final round, and then they beat Nima. Then because Grand Basel goes for final, then you leave. You can't play for Grand Basel. You can work that out. You got to have a team. These people present their playing card and all those kind of things to people. So if you let that not then mean a league, then we'll not have a juicy league. I don't see it in football before. That even at the final you can join play for the other people. No, Ishmael, I want that. I know.
Clarence, in the European Champions League, a player who plays for Chelsea will not have an opportunity to play for another team in a single tournament, but he can be hired by Bayern Munich, for example, to play in domestic league. I don't think I mean, you just add more. You just giving chances to players
No, but
who are really shining at certain level.
if you do that, you mess the whole county meal. You can't even do that, my brother. Thank you. That all suggestion everybody. That easy. So in the build-in, the semi-final, when you're in final again, one other thing can hire you play the final for that. No, football don't work that way. Hello.
Yeah. Good morning, Tizo.
Yeah. Good morning. Final caller, man. Our guests are here.
Okay, and good morning to the many listeners.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say thanks to you and the entire OKFM family for particularly on this particular topic that you raised this morning. I think it's educative and developmental because what the country supposed to does, it exposes hidden talent. But again, I'm also looking at what are they even giving to the MVPs? Because I have seen many country league players who have played the week and has got nothing to show, no team outside the country can buy them, even their participation to the country league is so poor. I'm not hearing about other categories.
Okay.
Volleyball, tennis, all of that. I'm not hearing it. Or whether now in the tournament this time.
At some point, the people can even do the track and field all the one, but sometimes I think it can get very expensive. That's why.
Even the money you call it, Clarence, it will combine all of them, all those talents from the various countries. You got to know that with him even more than that because the last time I checked with Bonnie around 2019, the only thing I saw there, the date I could see where six person can play, and I think that thing has already not been destroyed.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. We're not taking any more call. Our guests are already here from the African Methodist Episcopal University. They will introduce themselves and then we can move on with our discussion. But I just lay my hand on thanks to my source. Somebody just sent me this document from the Supreme Court. Remember, I was talking about these magistrates who took the Chief Justice, the court administrator, and other people to court. But and I will not call the other person. I think this is the letter that trickled. This is the letter that trickled the people action. Dear Magistrate, I present my compliments and write on behalf of the Chief Justice of Honor CNN here to inform you that on December 20th, 2024, the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Boakai, Sr., issued letters of reappointment to magistrates across the country in consonance with Section 7.5 of the Judicial Law of 1972 as mentioned. Section 7.5, Appointment and Training of Magistrates. The President shall appoint for each magisterial court a stipendiary magistrate who shall act as Chief Magistrate of the court, and such associate magistrate for each court as the President shall deem necessary, blah, 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 blah. Consistent with the above, we regret. Anytime here we regret, then the letter now say different thing will change now. Consistent with the above, we regret to inform you that your appointment was not renewed by the President. In view, therefore, we urge that all judicial assets in your possession and cases pending before you be turned over to the stipendiary. This is what brought the problem. So the magistrates are saying, not true. The President never dismissed the investment and saying, but the President, so plenty things going on. That's why they took the Chief Justice and the court administrators to court. We have our two friends from the African Methodist Episcopal University. I am sure they are directly from the Center for Professional Development. I can always promise myself, I'll go there, I'll go to one course every day, I can go. Let's begin right here. Let's hear you introduce yourself, sir. Good morning.
So good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Yeah.
My name is James Gildersleeves. I serve in the position as the Executive Director in the Center for Professional Development, AME University.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Again, let me say I thank you for having us, Clarence. My name is Samuel Tawel Tamba, and I work with the Department of Academic Improvement Measure Program. I'm sitting in with Mr. Gildersleeve, who is the head of the Center for Professional Development.
Okay, Mr. Gildersleeve, thank you for coming again. This is not your first time on the show. But for the benefit of our listeners who may just be listening to us for the very first time, I want you to briefly explain about the AME University, especially the Center for Professional Development. What is it? What do you do there?
Thank you again, Mr. Jackson. The AME University Center for Professional Development is the training hub at the AME University that help to train professionals, whether you find yourself whether in an area already that you are pursuing. We bring you there to give you a hands-on training. And we realize that our world has become so competitive, and if you want to keep on top of your trend, especially in your career, you better make your way at the AME University, where we have a lot of professional training courses in the long term, in the short term, and we also offer customized courses. You tailor your own course, bring the professionals that are versed with the knowledge and the experience, and they lead you through. That's what we do at the AME University Center for Professional Development.
Okay, so let's move on by talking about some of the short and long-term courses you offer over there. How long are they? The short term, how long? The long term, how long? And what are the different courses? Then we can move on later to talk about new ones if there are.
Okay, so within our long-term courses, we have 10 professional courses, and within the short term, we have 5. So, Mr. Tama, can you just go through and tell about our long-term courses and our short-term courses?
So again, the center offers governance and leadership. It offers.
You mean long-term?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the long-term program, we offer governance and leadership, human resource management and planning. We offer public finance and budgeting, procurement, logistics and supply chain management. We also offer project planning management, internal audit, monitoring and evaluation, speech writing and public speaking, report and proposal writing. Those are the ones for the long term. So for the short term, we have customer service and hospitality management. We have facility management. We also have office administration and management. And we have entrepreneurship, and as well as diplomatic protocol and etiquette.
So let me say thank you, Mr. Tama, for just listing those courses. Those courses that have been offered in the long term run for 4 months.
In the long term?
In the long term, 4 months. Okay. For the short term, it is for 2 months. And then we have our customized courses. You just tell us what sort of program you want or what sort of training you want. And then we customize it based on your budget need, and then we lead you through. And we have been doing that for many institutions, and they have received a good training that are making a difference in the Republic of Liberia.
So how do you do it? The long term, the short term, every day or what? You come to school every day from what to what? I want us to be practical here so people listening can take advantage.
For the long term, we have our schedule.
Okay.
Our schedule is 2 times in a week.
Okay.
For 3 hours.
Okay.
So that is to say weekly you have a 6 hour of training, hands-on training.
Okay.
Similarly with the short term, 6 hours per week you have that training. And then for our customer, based on how it is tailored, it runs for 6 days in a week, and it is strictly for 6 hours.
Okay. All right.
So let me just add up to Mr. Gaylor's sleeves. The program is structured in a way that is very flexible for especially professional people, because there is a capacity building, human capacity building initiatives. And most people who attend the program, some of them are working. So for flexibility, the classes are mainly scheduled evening hours. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you are working and you probably find yourself finding difficulties in certain areas, you could take advantage of your evening hours to just, take some of these professional courses at the center to really improve yourself, that comes tomorrow, you become more efficient because like Mr. Gillosley said, it is a hands-on. You have professional instructors who will come and give you a practical knowledge about things that you do at the office, how to solve some of those critical problems at the office. So just make use of your evening hours, come over, spend your time, get the rightful knowledge, and be the best person you can be at your various offices.
Mr. Gideon, somebody listening to you sitting somewhere and say, they got very good programs that I've heard about, but I'm a low income earner, nothing much. How do I even seize the opportunity to go to that kind of professional training program?
This what makes the AME University unique. At the AME University, we talk about student-centeredness. Whether you are a father, whether you are a mother, whether you are a child, we care for you. We want to build your capacity. So we have a payment plan. Pay 40%, you enroll. And then as the course or training roll down gradually, you pay another second installment, which is 30%. And then as we get close to the close of the program, we tell you, say, pay the balance, 30%. And then you're ready to move on with your graduation. That's how we work.
That's good. Who's qualified to enroll in any of your, whether long-term or short-term? Who's qualified?
Yeah, Mr. Tama, can you please speak to that?
So for the qualification as regards to the long-term programs, you must be a college graduate for the long-term programs. For those of the short terms, you could be a high school student and you want to advance your professional profile or improve yourself, you can take advantage of the short-term program. For that which has to do with the customized program, institution can decide who they think will need specific training that it will not specifically go by academic credential. So for example, if OKFM has some deficiency in the area of public speaking or speech writing, you could select your candidates and send or have a memorandum with the professional development center. The center will not ask you that are these people high school graduate or are they college graduate. So once you make that request, the university will work in line with what you want to improve your staff.
Okay, so I'm a university graduate. I want to benefit your long term. What do I need to have other than just being a university graduate? Does that automatically qualifies me? I just go and enroll. Do I need to present some papers?
Of course, yes. You have to present a copy of your degree. You also have to present 2 passport size photos, and as well as you have to present letter of recommendations. That is one from your community and one from a professional institution.
Okay, one from your community, one from a professional institution. What are your facilities? Let's talk about the learning environment, the training rooms, the learning environment in general.
Well, at the AME University Center for Professional Development, our learning room is conducive. We have what we reference as the smart room. That is to say, we use projectors, we have the whiteboard, we have flip chart, we have conference table, we have desks that you can sit. Our rooms are air conditioned, so you feel comfortable. And especially, we reference our classroom as flipping the classroom. We make you to feel happy. It is a professional training, so we make you feel relaxed, interact with your colleague, interact with the instructor or professor, and make you to feel comfortable, because when such a learning environment exists, the student gain a lot through their action learning, through team-based learning, through case-based learning, and all of those activities unfold right within the Center for Professional Development.
Okay, so let me just chip in with regards to the comfort that comes with the facility. If we complain of our educational sector being challenged generally, you want to look at facility. At AMA University, like Mr. Gillosley referenced, we have state-of-the-art classrooms. We can measure that because we've done some surveys with other institutions around Monrovia and across Liberia. You can compare our classes to that of institutions in Ghana. I mean, standards institutions in Ghana or across the globe. And as we proceed with this program, I'm sure that some of our students or alumni will call to testify to some of the things that we're saying regarding our state-of-the-art environment that we offer our courses.
And just to add up, Mr. Jackson, at the AM University, we have our library. You don't just even have to walk there, but we assign you on our e-library that just in case your professor or your instructor gave you an assignment, you utilize your ID number, you get on the e-library, do your lesson, you want to do additional reading, you go through that. So that is another advantage within the Center for Professional Development. Not only that, but the instructor are willing to work along with any student that when you are lacking behind, we put in extra hours to ensure that our student grabs what we want for you to be. And that has worked for other students. And as Mr. Tamat indicated, some of them we call. And I will speak, Mr. Tamat is an alumni of the Center for Professional Development, despite he hold a master's degree. He came to the Center for Professional Development and said, look, I need skill plus degree in order to be a wholesome person of man. And I believe anybody that listening to us, you want to be the wholesome, handsome person in reference to your career, take on the AMA University Center for Professional Development, and then you get a difference.
I'm one person who believes whenever you hear about Harvard and other universities around the world being listed as some of the top-notch institutions, I don't think it's because of the location and probably the facilities and the buildings. It's because of I always say, the credential of their faculty. Let's talk about your lecturers. What kind of people do you have? Why should we trust them?
Well, within the AME University Center for Professional Development, you may earn a master, you may earn a PhD, but before you teach, we ensure that you have a training that is called pedagogy. You may have a master, you may have a degree, but you're not able to teach. So we ensure that all of our lecturers possess such a qualification. And then we look at your experience in the area. We are not just talking about 1 or 2 years, but 10 plus years. And then we look at the interaction that you have with the student. You're not just going to present literature or narrative, but we want the interaction with the student. We want real life situation that unfold within the workplace. And through that, our students always come up to be the best. And Mr. Tama can testify to that. Mr. Tama, like you hear your testimony.
So I want to agree with you more that, it is not only about the facility, but as well as the quality of lecturers that stand before the students in classrooms.
Yeah.
So, like Mr. Gillosley referenced, I am an alumnus of the institution, and I can testify to you that people who stand in the classroom, they are beyond the standard of average qualification. They come with exceptional experience. I reference Christian Tabla, who has been one of the brain beyond, imparting knowledge in Liberia, specifically at the level of the Center for Professional Development. There are a lot of other good lecturers that I can guarantee you that the center plays before students for lecture purposes.
Okay. Wow, that's good. That's good to hear.
And another thing that I want to emphasize on is that of the level of professionality. Some of the things that come with bar, you might be an experienced lecturer, but some of the things that might come with undermining that professional lecturer, quote unquote professional lecturer, is that of holding on the students as your source of revenue, whereas the university pays you in an amount that is sufficient for the work you do. I'm saying this to say that our educational system across the country sometimes is challenged because instructor will give a test where he knows that some of the students are challenged. Instead of giving makeup or finding a way to improve the students, they go on the side probably trying to explore the students by saying they should put envelopes together to cross them over to the next level. But I can say this on your radio that the Center for Professional Development brings in instructors that are far from such attributes.
And just to add up, I am one of the men that makes sure to monitor my classes. I just don't sit in my office as the executive director. Sometimes I get into the classroom, I listen to your presentation, and then interact with the student as well, because that will help the student to feel comfortable and be confident enough to interact with the professor as well as the instructor.
Yeah.
And since I've been at the AME University Center for Professional Development, I haven't heard such of that nature. And I believe that they are satisfied with what we gave them. Because at the university, we have a salary matrix based on your qualification, based on your experience. And this is how we assign you a salary. And you feel comfortable. And more instructors want to come up. Not because you have a degree, not because you have a master. We have to train you in pedagogy first, and then you get into the classroom. Thank you.
Now, what's the relationship with your institution and government? Like government, do they send some people from the different government institutions to come there too, and
Well, as we speak, Mr. Jackson, I can proudly say that the government of Liberia is supporting the AME University Center for Professional Development through a lot of organizations. I'm talking about NGOs. Now, for the Liberia Land Authority, before then, they used to use the Taylor line to do the survey, but they have come in about 4 different batches to train the Liberia land surveyor to get the modern technology, and that happened to be one of our customized training. We train surveyor from all over Liberia, because that land matter is one of the issues that if we don't mindful of, it could bring another civil crisis in our country. And to negate that, this is why we are training the surveyor, not just using the technology, but we have also providing them with some legal information. We have those who are versed with the legal issue as it relates to land matter.
Okay.
Also introducing them to technical writing. You have to write. Wherein if you are called in court, you have to provide the information whosoever will be handling that case. And so the Liberia Land Authority, we are working along with them. We have received people also from the Central Bank of Liberia. We trained some of the employees in our previous batch, and we are willing to partner with any government institution in Liberia. Well, for private institutions, we have partnered with a lot of private institutions, conduct conferences for them. conducted workshops for them, symposium, and even seminar. And we are still willing. We are available. We have the caliber of professor to lead them through. So just call on the AM University Center for Professional Development. And Clarence, one day, you continue to say, Mr. Gildersleeve, I'm interested. I hope we can see you there one day. And you,
I'm coming.
And you will bear testimony as to what we do at the center.
Okay, Mr. Gildersleeve, thank you so much. We're talking to the executive director of the African Methodist Episcopal University's Professional Development Training Program right here on the show this morning. Let's talk to about mechanism you put in place for your trainees who are struggling to catch up with certain topic. What do you do? Do you have people trained to make sure people learn better?
Mr. Tama, can you testify? Because we have some students that were visually impaired. We have students that were physically challenged to walk. Yet, we brought them to the Center for Professional Development, and they are graduate of the center. So, Mr. Tama, just speak to that.
So, AMA University is embarking on one of its core values that has to do with inclusivity and that of diversity.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk about inclusivity, you want to look at people of different caliber in society. Like Mr. Gildersleeve referenced, we have visually impaired students. We have students who are badly, challenged. So not only that the instructors are friendly, student friendly, but as well as the administrative staff in general of the university are always there to provide pieces of advice to students who are challenged, as well as Mr. Gildersleeve referenced earlier that instructors are trained before going to stand before students to provide lectures. So based on the trainings that the instructors come with, if a student is challenged, they quickly identify them and begin to provide extra time or lecture for such students. And as well as peer review, there are always room for peers to sit and discuss on things that probably challenging one of their kinds. For example, if I'm challenged in the area of data gathering, if you're doing monitoring and evaluation, if I'm challenged in the area of data gathering and the instructor has identified that that's my weakness and he has seen another student who is good at that area, you try to pair the two of you so you can have more conversations in that area that will bring you up to speed. So I can say to you that the environment is just absolutely good for learning purpose.
So just to add, the students that are visually impaired, we have our Institute of the Blind, where we usually take the lesson, we follow the lesson to the Institute of the Blind and turn the lesson into Braille. Those who are physically challenged, we don't make them to walk up the steps. We make them to utilize the rooms that are downstairs. We have a special entry for them to navigate through the building. And so it is good. If you are visually impaired and you are interested in building up your career, we ask you to enroll. If you are physically challenged in using wheelchair or using crutches, we are also asking you. Even if you have impediment with your speech, we help you also to become fluent in your speech.
Let's talk about convenience for people who are actively working.
I think I threw light on that earlier. Like we said that the university takes into consideration people will have to do their daily schedules. That is to say, you might have a job. That job might not permit you to come in the morning to school. So most of the classes are scheduled evening hours and 3 days per week, especially for the professional, the long-term courses, 3 days per week. And you start your class somewhere around 5 o'clock, and it runs up to 8.
5 to 8
Right,
p.m.
right.
That's good. Yeah. Okay, let's open the line now for no, but before we open the line, let's talk about online. Do you offer any of your courses online?
We have started to do some of our courses online. So I can say to you, yes, some of the courses, there are certain courses that cannot just go online, but there are others that we will take online. But if you are doing online, it will be mandatory that of the 6 hours you have to show up some time to interact with you in person.
So it's a hybrid kind of a system where you do partial portion of the training online, and you have to do some of the training physical. In other words, somebody listening from across the Atlantic might want to take interest in enrolling the program. We've not reached that decision yet, or we've not reached that path yet where we'll start to offer degree for people who are far across the Atlantic. But if you are working to a place like Buchanan with a company that might not give you a day off during the regular days of week, you could schedule yourself for a Saturday class or a Friday class. So if even you take the regular classes that run Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you could do 2 of the classes online, and you have to appear one of the classes in person.
Okay, let's take some calls. 0777 700 and 5. We're talking about the AMEU Center for Professional Development. You want to enroll there. They have long-term training courses, 4 months, 2 times a week, 2 days a week. And then they have short-term for 2 months, I'm sure 2 days a week. Hello?
Hey, good morning, Clarence. Good morning, my great executive director.
Thank you.
This is Peter B.K. Flemo. I'm alumni of the Center for Professional Development. What all these gentlemen just stated, Clarence, is all true.
Okay.
More especially when it comes to persons with disability, treatment within that identical training site, it is very, very unique. And one thing that I admire of them, they don't take you because you are disabled. No. They take you to expand your ability in society. So whoever enter that identical site, they enter the house of wisdom. And for that sake, whoever graduates from there, they make a mark in society.
Okay. Thank you. Hello?
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Gillis, please, and good morning to the other studio guests.
Mm-hmm.
Clarence, this is Joshua Toto. I call you from Monrovia.
All right, Toto.
Good morning, Mr. Gillis, please.
Good morning, Joshua.
Clarence, everything Mr. Gillis and his colleagues have said are all true. Look, let me begin by commending Dr. Alvin Attar, the president of AMU University. That man has transformed AMU to one of the best universities in Liberia, if not the best. Their facilities are top notch. I graduated from the AMU with my bachelor's degree, and I went to the Center for Professional Development program, and I know what I saw there, Clarence. Everything they said is true, and I'm a living witness. Thank you so much, and you guys continue the good work.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Let's go back here. Hello? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Sergeant Clarence Jackson.
Good morning. Let's hear you.
My name is Daniel Ferry, and I call you from the Milk and Honey Ground, MTA.
Okay, Daniel.
I want to ask your student guest question. if I am a high school student who haven't attended freshman classes at any university, will that 2 months of learning office administration be sufficient to handle any administrative affairs in any office?
Okay. Good morning. Oh, our technician will have to really see this now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah?
Good morning.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Stuart, and I call you from Rama area Carwell.
Yeah?
I'd like to say good morning to your studio guest. Anyway, I got the conversation late, but I've already gotten the idea. So I want to ask a question. I am a degree holder, and I want to improve my skill in the area of M&E or human resource management. Can your guest tell me how much will it cost me, and what would be the payment plan for the 4 months? Because I'm a degree holder, I want to improve, my profession in the area of human resource management or monetary evaluation. So please, I want to know that. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. You too can call 0777 7000995. Hello?
Good morning, Piso.
Yeah?
Piso, good morning.
Good morning. I say good morning.
Yeah, just wanted you to for the senior.
Topo, let's hear you.
Yeah, my big brother in studio give us the upset it off. They are very true on them statements. My daughter is in the AME, and the AME family is the best family. They do extremely well in that institution. So I just thought it wise to give my view and make you to know that everything they are saying in that studio is excellent. It's true.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Clarence.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
Good morning and good morning to the studio guest. Thank you for the info. My name is Paul Larry George.
Okay.
I follow the program. I didn't get from them the cost of the long-term program and
the short-term program. Yeah.
Yeah.
People want to know the cost. Okay. Hello. Good morning. Can we come to you? Yes, we can. Let's take 3 more, then we can go back to them. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Clarence.
Yeah.
Again, this is Peter BK from the National Union of Organizations for the Disabled. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Clarence, words are inadequate to express. To truly be bold, when it comes to the Center for Professional Development, as I was stating to you, they do not discriminate. They make sure they treat everyone equally. So whoever that listening to me, I serve as the disabled community president. So if what I saw in there this gone time, I acquire a diploma from there in human resource management and planning, and that was so fantastic. So I would like to call on all Liberians that want to enhance their learning skill. If you have a part to play in society, the best place to go is the professional development area. So come to AMU. And Clarence, I heard something this morning concerning the epilepsy guy, lady that murdered his own sister. Clarence, I don't know whether you may get time for next week. I would really love for you to take me in because there are a lot of things happening across the country.
Okay, please. Let's thank you. Thank you. Let's focus our attention on the one.
Thank you.
Yeah. Our attention on this people program right now. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Clarence Jackson.
Good morning.
My name is Pepper Henry, and I call from around the weather belt.
All right, AB.
Yes, I would like to appreciate Mr. Gilles, please. I attended one of his, a bit of CPD program in internal audit and control. And I really appreciated the way the presentation was done. Everything open, the live streams, everything was done in line. But I just want to ask you one question. What are they have introduced diploma program, a CP program in project management? If yes, I would love to maybe come out to do project management.
Thank you. We're not taking any more calls. Let's hear from them. The concerns are too many. Mr. Gildersleeve and Tamba, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much to our listening audience and to those who put forth question. So one of the question is as to whether if I have not earned a degree and not interested in enrolling in the course of office administration and management, will 2 months be sufficient to lead me through? I say yes. Reason why I'm saying yes, before we roll out any program, we do a pilot phase. And within the pilot phase, I ran it with people that were interested in office administration and management. And 2 months, what they never knew about office, what they never knew about administration, what they never knew about administration, they start to do it. And I can say to you, as time roll back, you will try to see those things that we talk about. Not just only after I was a student, I walk out of the Center for Professional Development, we just leave them. We stay interact with them to see where the state have pitfalls and work along with them. So my brother from the NPA that put forth that question, yes, we are willing and we will accept any student and we'll lead you through. We just done only class time, but we interact with you on other time. Concerning our brother that asked for the MME and HRM courses, yes, such courses are being offered at the AME University and you ask for the payment plan. Our payment plan are 40%, 30%, and 30%. That is to say you make 3 installment payment. But this is the catch. If I am to enroll in a long-term program, which is $520, what will be my payment plan? So 40% of 520 is $208. So you pay the $208 or above, you enroll. But we look for the minimum of the 208. And then as time roll or gradually, you start to pay. So then your next payment will be the second installment, which will be $156. And then go on to you paying the last $156. But if you have everything to pay down, well, that would be good for the AME University. Concerning the short term, the payment is $270. So if you found 40% of 270, it is 108. So you pay 108 and you get enrolled. And if you talk about we have in a project planning program, yes, we have project planning program. And as we speak, we have 3 new courses that came in this batch. Governance and leadership, we still continue with that. And Mr. Jackson will just read the introduction and the objective of governance and leadership. Because
yes,
this is one of the issues that continue to affect us as a nation. And we also have entrepreneurship course also coming up.
Okay.
Many of our brethren, they just wait to see whether to get employment. But you yourself, you can start your own business. We have the plan for you, work along with you. And also facility management. We see many of our buildings and grounds are not looking presentable. Other vehicles are intended to help us as Liberians. So just make AME University your choice. So Clarence, can you just read about the governance and leadership?
Yeah, governance and leadership course. The introduction, it says, in Liberia, the nature and practice of governance as demonstrated by governments through its leadership since its founding in 1822 and subsequent establishment as a nation state in 1847, has not resulted in the expected socio-economic development and well-being of its citizens, taking into consideration the resource endowments of the country. The devastating Civil War 89 to 2003, its causes and effects, including its aftermath, are clear evidences of this situation, and there is need for redirection if the country should meet her development aspirations. This course is geared towards enlightening the current generation with keen focus on governance and national leadership, about our past and its effects, our current situation and challenges, and collectively chart a future that will be beneficial for all. The course will provide appreciable information on our country's founding leading to independence, the governance strengths and their impacts, important issues and dimensions of governance that we are currently grappling with, and the need to put the nation on a trajectory that will lead to sustainable peace and development. The objectives are to have an appreciation of the Constitution, especially the articles that have direct bearing on governance and leadership and how they have impacted the functioning of the state. To have a good understanding of what government, governance, and leadership mean, their relationships, and how they play out in practice. Know the meaning of democracy, its principles and values, and their practical application in government and governance. Know the governance trends in Liberia from independence to present and their import. Have a collective view of the vices of the Liberian society and their role in government and overall governance. Know what governance reform means, their basis and progress made for Liberia, what human rights is all about, why is it a concern as it relates to rule of law, access to justice and human development, what elections mean, its value to governance and leadership, lessons of the past and management of expectations. Know what civic education is, what it constitutes, and its importance to peace, stability, and national development. Know what public administration reform is, its basis, nature, and value. Know what information is and why right and access to it is important. Understand what parliaments are, their roles and need for their development. Have a comprehensive understanding of corruption, its nature and effects on society, and ways to address it. Know what civil society is about, its values to society, and how to enhance and maximize its use to a nation. And you will know and understand what partnership is, its contribution to governments, and how to sustain it from the mutual benefit of all stakeholders. Wow, this is a very rich course. Very rich course.
So
wow.
We are calling on you. I put it in capital Y-O-U. That if you find yourself in government, you find yourself in a private institution or organization, come at the AME University Center for Professional Development. The governance and leadership course is there. We are willing to lead you through. We are going to give you historical facts. We are going to give you a comprehensive understanding what it requires to be a leader. Tama?
Yeah, so I listened to the callers. One point distract, and I want to give credit is that of the brainwork of this vision. That is, we currently operate under the administration of the Reverend Dr. Avin E. Atta, who is the president of the university. Prior to Dr. Atta taking over the university as president, there was no Center for Professional Development. However, upon his ascendancy to the presidency, he has done his evaluation and saw that there was capacity gap, and he started from within, training his own staff to bring them up to speed so as to meet the callings of the university that is in pursuit of excellence. You will not be efficient or effective in being excellent if you do not have staff with better capacity. So when it was first launched internally, it worked well. AMU University started to observe or see a good product or good result of the program, and then it started to expand with public-private partnership. We, like Mr. Gillosley said, there was a contract or an MOU with Legis where there was some
LLA.
Yeah, that was the Liberal Land Authority, right?
Yeah.
And it went well. And then it might not only be good for public, private, individual too in Liberia are contributing towards the growth and development of the country. So if there is capacity with the average individual, AMU University thought it wise to open the system up to everyone who is interested to take advantage. So the credit is more to Reverend Atta for coming up with this vision that is impacting not only the AMU University, but the country across.
Okay, Mr. Gillespie, the last name? Gildersleeve. Yeah. Okay. Your final message, sir.
Well, Mr. Jackson, we want to say thank you to you and the OK family. You know, when I came and sat in the lobby, my eye went across. I don't know whether that's your motto or a slogan. Everything is okay.
Everything is okay.
And so I want to borrow from your phrase that you have down there. When you get into the AMU University to take on a professional training, everything will be okay for you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Gittersley. He is the executive director of the African Methodist Episcopal University professional school there. Go there. You heard me read the course guide, or the objectives for the governance and leadership course. 4 months, long term. Very, very important. Very rich course. Guys, Tama here. Thank you for coming, man.
Thank you so much, Clarence.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure being here, and I definitely will want to testify to you that OKFN has been my number one, radio station across the country.
Thank you. Why?
Yeah. I look at credibility, especially during the time of election, which was a critical, stage of our nation. And your reporting, I did not see a sense of bias. So it has always motivated me to go for credible information from your station.
Thank you, my brother. We are taking a very short break. We'll come back here. Presidential Press Secretary Kulan Fofana. We are too in small traffic. We'll be here shortly.
They say they were liberator, but when they kill their crime, they change their mind. When they kill their crime, they change their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you killing our children. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you destroying our country. They are freedom fighters. welcome me, they say they were liberator. But when they kill their crown, they change their mind. When they kill their crown, they change their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you killing our children. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you destroying our country. They are freedom fighters. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Oh, ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Oh, ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Music. Aha. Wani majianye wara wa monyonyu kweyon. Wani majianye wara wa monyonyu kweyon. Ke wana wa kuna ngira. Wasia wa bebia. Wana wa kuna ngomwe. Wasia wa bebia. Kena be monye be niaka. One more freedom fighter. Oh, one more nye. One more freedom fighter. More freedom fighter je ni nyo bi okwasa. One more freedom fighter. More freedom fighter je ni nyo bi ogbapa. One more freedom fighter. More freedom fighter je ni nyo bi ojiri. One more freedom fighter. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Oh, ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Oh, ayo.
This is Freedom Fighter. Who are they? Are they around? Do we have freedom fighters here? This is the OK Morning Rush 99.5. My friend Patrick Sua has left the country. He's in a bed in the US. He says, Clarence, this is my song. I love this song. Patrick, it's good that you got back safely, brother.
One more freedom fighter. One more freedom fighter. More freedom fighter than you know to be a pastor. One more freedom fighter. More freedom fighter than you know to be a baba. One more freedom fighter. More freedom fighter than you know people. One more freedom fighter. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo.
Oh, a lot of requests that we take the song from the top. You know, the Freedom Fighter song never gets old. People like the song all over the place.
One more freedom.
David Coty, how are you? Long time. Stay awaiting Kula Fofana.
One more freedom. When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighter. When they were coming, they said they were liberator. But when they kill their crown, they change their mind. When they kill their crown, they change their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you killing our children. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you destroying our country. They are freedom fighters. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Oh, ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, ayo, ayo. Oh, ayo, yo, ayo, ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo.
Somebody way there in the UK. She said, Clarence, you've gotten me on my feet. I love this song to my heart. It's good for anything, anywhere, anytime.
When they kill their gun, they change their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people
Too many mental health issues. We need to pay attention to mental health as a nation. I'm telling you, Jible Nyenswa, where are you, big brother? Long time. Strategically strategic. Jible Nyenswa. Freedom fighter. When the press secretary walk in here, we'll take her, start a conversation. There is a fire outbreak somewhere in Zwedru, Grand Jide County. I was just witnessing it a few minutes ago. Okay, the press secretary is walking in. She'll be here very shortly. We can start the conversation. Let's look at the president's State of the Nation's address. What are some of the things he really meant? He didn't add time to some of the things. We'll ask Kula, when do we see some of these things happening? Then we can talk about all the issues, man. Man, the song is everything.
Freedom fighter.
Segu Kalasco la hello labor. Segu Kalasco, don't feed my laughing. I'll respond to you, don't worry. Well, this is the OK Morning Rush. It's on 99.5 OK FM from the nation's capital. The Freedom Fighter song is what we brought at your doorstep. You know, the song never gets old. The song suits any situation. Grandkid can't really get love, but they not make it. They not make it. The presidential press secretary Kulan Fofana is right here in the studio, just giving her some briefing spades. Coming up shortly, we can interact with her. You know, I was talking about mental health issue. We must pay some attention to mental health. There are a lot of look. Some of all you see in our farm clothing on the street passing. Mental health people are not determined by what they wear. When somebody just take there and just stab another person, a mental health issue there, something not correct. Something not right. That you go buy coconut from somebody, you say the person wasting time with your chin, so you take there, you just kill the person. Something not right. You are mentally, you're not healthy. So we need to pay more attention to mental health. I know we have a lot of mental health clinicians in the country. We have a lot of mental health professionals. Can we pay some attention to them a little bit? But our guest is here, and so we have to move straight ahead. Madam Press Secretary, good morning. It's good to have you here, except that you are scarce, but it's understandable. the job you do calls for that. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother Clarence. How are you this morning? Good morning to the Liberian people who are tuned in this morning to listen to the conversation with you.
Before we'll go any further, I come and embarrass you. What if men money? The medicine man. Y'all pay the money. You are more early than so that medicine football you can make.
So because you brought about the football, let me congratulate Grand Cape Mount County. Our team was one of the best in the tournament. The game with Grand Jide, we saw how the team did very well. It was only by chance that Grand Jide won. However, generally we congratulate Lofa and Grand Jide and the rest of the team that, you know, took home trophy. But I can assure you, Clarence, that the Cape Mountainians, we're very excited of the team and their plans to be really strong and prepared for next county meet. So just rest assured, Grand Cape Mount County is prepared to
Now
give
you
our best.
pay that money.
Well, I mean, this is just, and the interesting thing, Cape Mount was one of the counties that brought the energy, because it brought the energy and excitement to the county meet. I mean, the gentleman who talked about money business, the gentleman who talked about the medicine business, I mean, our players are strong people. But my only question I had for him, if I had the opportunity to speak with him, is, you got that medicine, Clarence. You couldn't make the committee pay your money. I was saying you've been waiting since 2013.
So that when they steal something, some people can say, "I'll go to medicine man, you'll bring it back." So why ain't made people bring money?
Exactly.
I got it.
No, but it's the fun of it. I mean,
yeah,
at the end of the day, the team, the youngsters. I mean, even the young man who missed the penalty, because the night prior to the game, I was on the camp with the team. After the game, we went to talk to the kids. I mean, the young people, they were very broken, downhearted. But interestingly, the young man who missed the goal, the penalty goal, he was one of our best players. In fact, he was the best player in the game, He did very well. So these things happen in soccer. I'm a fan of Real Madrid. You see how those things happen.
You're not carrying a trophy until your boss may say they will face the Raul Madina when they will finish, then you'll carry the trophy.
No worries. In fact, the road already starting.
We're coming to that one. Don't worry. Our medicine man, you can talk about your penny, man. You just jumping all around. You're saying Chaye to go. Chaye went there. The man say you can't listen to Chaye more early than one.
No, the man say listen to Chaye.
Oh, okay.
The man listen.
What kind of medicine man will be begging people to pay money?
No, to be honest, that mean pa. They come in counting me, next counting me. He more high self because we're grabbing putting your own medicine part.
But it's good. Kula, how is the job? How is the presidency, by the way?
Well, it's good. It gets busier by the day, especially things that we intend to do. We've tried our best with the challenges to represent the presidency, to bring the energy, to ensure that the quality output from the Executive Management Press team. I have a very small team. We have the Department of Public Affairs and my office under the department. Very small team with lots of challenges. However, we are doing our best to represent the presidency, to take the president's message to the people using different mediums, using different modes, communicating online, reaching to the counties, using local radio stations, and also even yourself. And many thanks to all of the institutions who have the reporters covering the executive mansion, even with OKFM. Let me publicly tell you here that Joseph Daniels, OKFM's journalist, he's one of my best reporters there. And I think he's doing a great job. He needs to just continue, do more research, do more work, and he will improve and things will get well. So thanks to the team for recommending him, to having him to cover the executive mansion and his reportage. I don't agree with all of them, of course. I don't expect to agree with all of them, but I think quality base and other things, he's doing a really good job. Even with the program he runs on Saturday, the Executive Diary, is something that I followed closely. I'm definitely looking forward to having a schedule that I will appear on that. So yes, it's going, and the rest of the other journalists assigned, they're doing different things at the different radio stations and other institutions.
How is your boss, Mr. President?
His Excellency is doing well. He's wonderful, excited every day, looking forward to the next day, looking forward to achieving the goals and vision for the Liberian people, what he outlined from day one when he was candidate Boakai, what he had envisioned in Liberia. You sit with him, he is still that person who thinks, dreams, talks, everything. His life is about Liberia. He's not, really lived out of this place for quite a long time. He's not one of those who will go and stay, make a living, do everything, come back. But majority of his life has been in Liberia. So for someone like him, everything about him is Liberia. Liberia first, Liberia second, Liberia third. Even up to today when you sit with him, he tells you, Clarence, Kula, my interest is to really see how we can leave this country better than what we made it.
Does he listen to radio? Does he read the papers?
He doesn't listen to radio as he will, Yes, at times, on the drive and other things, but he has a very busy schedule. But we do a regular media update. So I get the papers every morning. We do a summary of what's in the papers and listen to radio and do a summary of the trending issues and trending topic on the radio, even on social media. And then we do a briefing for him every day, get it to him so he understands what's happening. And there any issue that needs his urgent attention, we mark it to say attention to this one. Then he calls the sector agency or minister to say what's going on here. I need some updates on here. What are we doing with this? So yes, we do that regularly because he doesn't have the time.
Has he a lot of energy? Does he have the? There are people who think the energy is not his. The energy is not there. What do you say to them?
Well, it depends on what you call energy. But his thoughts, his ideas.
Is he a working person? He goes to the office. He got a batch of documents. He read them, analyze them. Give instructions. Sometimes remaining at his office after office hour. And these are the kind of things people talk about. Energy.
Oh, absolutely, he does. In fact, he has multiple offices. For example, he has his office at the executive mansion. He has the home office, his private home office, and he has the rehab office. And then when he goes out of town in Bomi, he has an office there. So every given time where he has to work, where he needs to work, even every day on the schedule, you have a period for revision of documentation. So he takes that time, reads all of it. And for him, he doesn't, when you send him a letter, he wants to read it. As we speak, you give him a piece of paper. If you and him having a conversation, he's going to take that paper and read it there and then immediately. If it's something bulky and long, he will skim through to know what it is about and then mark it and put it down what he want to read. And in fact, he's one of the persons, he's really organized. He has every label, every folder. He labels it. For example, my briefings, he has press secretary. There's a folder there. Whatever paper I bring to him, he takes it and put it in that. When he reads it, if there's a need to put a note, and then whoever sends him a letter on anything, if he reads it, he decides what he wants to do with it. Say, for example, if it's on legal matter, he attention it to the legal department. If it's, but everything goes to the Minister of State, say MOS, attention to this person. MOS, do it this way, do it this way. It's well structured, well planned from home to office to everywhere. He does that. And so when he going and there's some things that he wants to read overnight, he has a folder that he keeps all those and takes with him from the office. Those ones that need other attention to different people, consultation, or even things that he wants to do, he makes the notification and sends it to the rightful person to do that. So he's well organized on that. I gave it to him. In fact, even when he's traveling, for example, he has a list, a checklist for every, even not even international travel, even local travel. Say he going Bomi, for example, or he going any part of the county. He has a list. He says put 2 pair of socks here, this, that, that his personal effect. Have a full list, hands it to his people. They know what he wants. They pack everything. He's ready to move. Well organized.
Have you seen him angry before?
I've seen him express strong will and some level of disapproval or disagreement. I want to put it that way. And I've seen him reach to that point. Sometimes, of course, he expressed those to his ministers, and then they know when you don't want to get on his angry side, because that's where you really need to get your.
You think so?
Oh yeah, you don't want to.
I'm asking because a lot of people think that's one of his weaknesses. He would necessarily not take action easily. He's that kind of cool person, He allow you to just do things. Sometimes he pretend as though he would not.
Oh no! So here's what he does, and which is very important for any leader. There are other people who just do go ahead and rush things and say, "Let's do this," And sometimes even when we're having a conversation, he will tell you, for example, what you should do, right? Or he gives you the opportunity. Oh, Clarence, I'm asking you to do XYZ. Go ahead and do it. Provide note, and he wants note for everything. You gave him update on what you've done and all of that. But he gives everyone. So if for example there's a contentious issue or there's some very important issue that maybe Clarence and others need to look at, you gave everybody the opportunity to go through, make your point, and come, and then come back. Then he himself look at it and be discerning and say, give different reasons. So for him, he is more of a consultative person. So almost, I would say 90% of his decision, or maybe 99% of his decision, comes from really consultation with key people. Sometimes not even his ministers, but people outside of his ministerial cycle. So, for example, there are key issue on any legal matter. He talks to his legal team, the Minister of Justice, the legal advisor, and other legal representative. And then he also reached out to his own personal people like lawyers and stuff. They say, what's your thoughts on this? How do we proceed with this? Can I get your opinion? Because he's not a lawyer, he's not an economist. So the people who are versed in these areas, he reached out to them to have a third opinion, or even fourth opinion, if you will, to be able to come up with those decisions. And for him, for that level of processing is very important for a country like Liberia.
So your boss, His Excellency the President, delivered his second State of the Nations address recently. Very boggy, like any boggy, State of the Nation address anywhere in the world, because it's a whole bunch of different things. Madam Press Secretary, I don't want to ask you how was it. You're not going to tell me anything different. But is there anything particularly that the president has started taking action towards as a result of some of the things he said the government or he as president would do for the country?
Oh, absolutely. First of all, just to give my own overall impression, I think it was a fantastic delivery. It was a great speech. And in talking about the length of the speech, of course, this is an annual message. And part of the Constitution here is to report on the expenditure, revenue, the state of the republic, so the state of the republic, there are different sectors that he needed to report on. In fact, even with the delivery, I'm sure you've heard there are certain segment people say, oh, we didn't hear this part. We didn't hear, for example, my friends in the sports community say, oh, we didn't hear much about sports. Oh, we didn't hear detail about this. So it doesn't mean that. So imagine if he had put all of the different sectors in it. It would have taken more than 24 hours for delivery. However, the important is that all these issues that he talked about, in fact, the report that he gave, there are things that are ongoing, there are things that are moving, and there are things that, he's really pushing forward. Clearly, our infrastructure, because he in fact, one of the things he talked about that he already just recently appointed a team was to look at the role ECOMOG play during our conflict in terms of helping to resolve that. There's a whole memorial process that's ongoing that someone has been appointed, General Ziakan, to head that, and the rest of the other security team members that are on there. On the other front, infrastructure, our road, he's all the time in touch with his Minister of Public Works and other in the infrastructure sector. Interestingly, the president did talk about the need to have a post-conflict infrastructure conference, and that conference is being planned as we speak. Is
it intentional about that?
Absolutely, very intentional. The reason is simple, because he says, for example, Clarence, since the war, there were structures that were built by the government. For example, you have the Ducal, the most famous Ducal Hotel. You have Hotel Africa lying in ruins. You have the United Conference Center. You have even former presidents' residences in different structures across the country. These are places that once renovated can even showcase our country, and you can just show where we are and how. And he's very intentional about that. He wants that to happen like yesterday. Even on the diaspora, for this president, immediately he got into office, he established the diaspora office in the ministry, and that diaspora have been able to bring Liberians in both the Western diaspora as well as the African diaspora coming together. And there's going to be a diaspora conference. Discussions are already happening this year in April. The teams, they're working really very hard on the economy. The prospects are high. There have been a lot of different investments. And right now, private sector investment is the key that, the president has been attracting most of his visits, some of his travel.